When humans are young, we believe the world is fair. We believe good actions bring good results. We believe kindness is rewarded. We believe honesty protects us. We believe effort guarantees success. These ideas feel right. They feel comforting. They feel necessary. But slowly, life begins to teach us something quieter. Good people suffer. Cruel people succeed. Hard workers are ignored. Liars are praised. The innocent are hurt. And in those moments, a question appears. Is the universe fair? We want the answer to be yes. Because if the universe is just, then pain has a reason. If the universe is just, then loss has a meaning. If the universe is just, then waiting will be worth it. But the universe does not speak in promises. It speaks in motion. It does not explain. It continues. Stars do not reward planets for loyalty. Storms do not punish cities for mistakes. Time does not protect the kind. The universe does not promise justice. It only promises change. This truth can feel heavy, but it is also honest. We often imagine the universe as a judge, watching, measuring, deciding. But the universe is not a judge. It is a stage. It allows stories. It does not correct them. It allows growth. It does not guarantee goodness. It allows life. It does not promise fairness. And this is not cruelty. It is neutrality. The universe is not against us, but it is not for us either. It simply is. Humans created justice because the universe did not. We created laws because nature does not protect the weak. We created morals because storms do not care who they destroy. We created compassion because time does not heal everyone equally. Justice is not a gift from the universe. It is a responsibility of humanity. And that is where our misunderstanding begins. We wait for the universe to be fair. Instead of choosing to be fair ourselves, we ask, why did this happen to me? Instead of asking, what can I do with what happened? We hope that goodness will be rewarded automatically. But goodness is not protected by nature. It is protected by people. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives us the ability to create it. And that ability is rare. We are the only beings who can look at suffering and say, this should not continue. We are the only beings who can look at cruelty and say, this must stop. We are the only beings who can look at pain and say, this deserves care. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives us awareness. And awareness is the beginning of responsibility. When we believe the universe is fair, we become passive. We wait. We hope. We endure. But when we accept that the universe is neutral, we become active. We protect. We speak. We change. We act. We become the voice that nature does not have. Justice does not fall from the sky. It rises from human courage. We often tell ourselves that everything happens for a reason, not because we know it is true, but because we need it to be true. Because if pain has no reason, then pain feels unbearable. But perhaps pain does not come with meaning. Perhaps meaning is something we add afterward, not to excuse suffering, but to survive it. The universe does not promise justice, but it allows memory. And memory allows learning. It allows us to see patterns. It allows us to say, this must not repeat. It allows us to change what nature does not correct. We often confuse fairness with balance. We believe that if something bad happens, something good must follow. But life does not keep a scorebook. It does not remember who deserves what. It does not wait to reward. It does not plan revenge. It simply moves. And inside that movement, humans live, not protected by justice, but capable of creating it. This truth does not make life hopeless. It makes life meaningful. Because now, goodness is not automatic. It is chosen. Kindness is not guaranteed. It is decided. Justice is not promised. It is built. And building something is more powerful than waiting for it. A world that is unfair is not a world without hope. It is a world that needs courage. It is a world that needs empathy. It is a world that needs voices. It is a world that needs action. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives us time, and time gives us chance. Chance to protect, chance to correct, chance to forgive, chance to improve, chance to care. We are not victims of a cruel universe. We are participants in a neutral one, and neutrality means possibility. It means nothing is fixed. It means cruelty can be reduced. It means kindness can grow. It means injustice can be challenged, not by nature, but by us. You may ask, why does the universe allow suffering? But the better question is, what will we do about it? Because the universe will not answer, but humans can. We can answer with compassion. We can answer with courage. We can answer with responsibility. We can answer with change. When you accept that the universe does not promise justice, you stop expecting rescue, and you start becoming protection. You stop waiting for fairness, and you start practicing it. You stop asking who will fix the world, and you begin asking how you can soften it. This is not a burden. It is a purpose. It is what separates awareness from instinct. It is what separates humanity from nature. Not strength, not intelligence, but responsibility. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives us the chance to create it. And that chance is what gives our existence meaning, because a life spent trying to make things fairer is a life that matters, even if the universe never notices, even if history forgets, even if rewards never come. Justice is not valuable because it is rewarded. Justice is valuable because it protects, and protection is love in action. You may never live in a perfectly fair world, but you can help build a less cruel one. You may never see full justice, but you can reduce injustice. You may never feel completely safe, but you can make someone else feel safer. And in those moments, justice becomes real, not as a promise, but as a choice. And as this understanding deepens, something inside you becomes calm, not because life is fair, but because you know what your role is. You are not here to wait for justice. You are here to carry it. You are not here to hope the universe is kind. You are here to be kind. You are not here to trust fate. You are here to shape what you can, because the universe does not promise justice, but it allows humanity to try. When you understand that the universe allows humanity to try, you also understand something else. Trying is not easy. Trying is not clean. Trying is not perfect, but trying is honest. Justice does not arrive fully formed. It arrives through mistakes, through arguments, through painful lessons, through people who refuse to stay silent, through people who refuse to accept cruelty as normal. Justice is not born from balance. It is born from resistance, and resistance is not loud. Sometimes it is a single voice. Sometimes it is a quiet decision. Sometimes it is a refusal to look away. The universe does not promise justice, but it allows memory, and memory allows us to compare. We compare what is with what could be. We compare what hurts with what heals. We compare what destroys with what protects. And in comparison, conscience appears. Conscience is not written in stars. It is written in experience. You feel it when you see someone suffer. You feel it when you see someone treated unfairly. You feel it when you see power without care. You feel it when you see silence replacing responsibility. Conscience is the universe learning how to care through humans. The universe itself does not feel, but we do, and that feeling matters. We often think justice should be automatic, that the bad should fall, that the good should rise, but life does not work like a story. It works like a field. Things grow where they are protected. Things die where they are ignored. Justice grows only where people defend it. It fades where people are tired of caring. The universe does not punish injustice, but humans can. The universe does not reward kindness, but humans can. The universe does not stop cruelty, but humans can. And every time we do, we change what the universe would otherwise allow. This is not arrogance. It is responsibility. You may ask why a universe that allows injustice exists at all. But perhaps existence was never meant to be moral. Perhaps morality was meant to be human. The universe gives us space. We give the space meaning. The universe gives us time. We decide how it is used. The universe gives us life. We decide how it is treated. Justice is not missing from the universe. It is waiting to be practiced. You begin to see that fairness is not a natural law. It is a human invention. And inventions can improve. They can be shared. They can be protected. They can be lost. They can be rebuilt. Justice is fragile. That is why it matters. Anything that requires effort is precious. Anything that can be destroyed is worth defending. Anything that depends on courage is meaningful. If justice were guaranteed, it would not be noble. It would be ordinary. But because it is not guaranteed, every act of justice becomes brave. Every honest word becomes powerful. Every refusal to harm becomes meaningful. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives us something more difficult. It gives us choice. And choice is heavy, because choice means responsibility. Responsibility means we cannot blame the stars. We cannot blame time. We cannot blame fate. We must look at ourselves. We must ask what we allowed, what we ignored, what we protected, what we challenged. Justice begins not with laws, but with attention, with seeing, with listening, with caring, with refusing to accept suffering as normal. When you protect someone weaker, justice happens. When you speak for someone silenced, justice happens. When you forgive someone trying to change, justice happens. When you hold power accountable, justice happens. When you choose honesty over comfort, justice happens. These are not cosmic events. They are human ones. And they are enough to change the world slowly, not suddenly, not perfectly, but truly. You also begin to forgive the universe, not because it is kind, but because it is honest. It never promised you fairness. It never promised you safety. It never promised you protection. It only gave you existence. And inside existence, it gave you choice. You stop feeling betrayed by life, and you start feeling responsible within it. This does not make you cold. It makes you awake. You no longer wait for justice to arrive. You carry it with you, in how you speak, in how you treat others, in how you resist cruelty, in how you protect dignity, in how you forgive without excusing harm, in how you try again. And you realize something gentle. Justice is not a destination. It is a direction toward care, toward fairness, toward empathy, toward courage, toward truth. And even when the universe remains silent, that direction remains alive. Inside you, inside your choices, inside your actions, inside your courage to care in a world that does not promise reward. And as you continue to live with this understanding, something changes. You no longer feel small in an unfair universe. You feel important in a neutral one, because neutrality means your choices matter. Your voice matters. Your kindness matters. Your courage matters. Not because the universe will remember, but because people will, and people are where justice truly lives. When you accept that the universe does not promise justice, you stop feeling abandoned. You start feeling entrusted. Entrusted with the power to care. Entrusted with the power to protect. Entrusted with the power to choose. You realize that justice was never meant to fall from the sky. It was meant to rise from human hands. You stop asking the universe to explain suffering, and you begin asking yourself how to reduce it. You stop asking why bad things happen, and you begin asking what good you can still do. This does not erase pain, but it gives pain direction. You understand that fairness is not a natural event. It is a human decision repeated again and again. You also understand something gentle. Even when justice fails, effort does not. Even when fairness is incomplete, intention still matters. Even when outcomes are unfair, dignity remains possible. A person treated unfairly still deserves respect. A voice ignored still deserves to be heard. A wound unseen still deserves care. Justice does not always win, but kindness always matters. The universe does not promise justice, but it allows love, and love is the strongest protest against unfairness that humanity has ever known. Love is not soft. It is brave. It is patient. It is persistent. It is the refusal to let cruelty define the final word. You begin to see that justice is not about perfection. It is about direction. It is about choosing the side of care when comfort is easier. It is about choosing truth when silence is safer. It is about choosing empathy when judgment is faster. It is about choosing responsibility when blame is tempting. And every time you choose this direction, even quietly, the universe changes slightly, not in its stars, not in its laws, but in its people, and people are where the future lives. You no longer wait for a fair world. You help shape a gentler one. You no longer expect balance. You create compassion. You no longer ask whether goodness will be rewarded. You act good because goodness protects, and that protection is enough. The universe does not promise justice, but it gives you the chance to become just. It gives you the chance to be the voice it does not have, the heart it does not feel, the conscience it does not carry. You are not here to witness fairness. You are here to practice it. You are not here to observe compassion. You are here to offer it. You are not here to wait for mercy. You are here to show it. And when you live this way, something beautiful happens. Life becomes meaningful even when it is unfair. Hope becomes real even when it is fragile. Strength becomes quiet but unbreakable, because you are no longer depending on the universe to be kind. You are choosing to be kind within it. You are no longer depending on fate to be fair. You are choosing to be fair within fate. You are no longer waiting for justice to arrive. You are carrying it forward. And this is the deepest human power of all. Not control, not certainty, not reward, but responsibility with compassion. So if the universe does not promise justice, let it be honest, because honesty invites courage, and courage invites change. And change is how humanity slowly transforms a neutral universe into a gentler place. Not perfectly, not completely, but truly. And in that truth, your life becomes part of something greater, not a cosmic plan, not a divine score, but a human story. A story where justice is not guaranteed, but where it is always worth choosing.